The region are taking advantage of the sunny weather to get in their first hay crop. Thanks for joining us at 5:30. I'm Darren Perrin.
And I'm Kiana Burks. And when it comes to feed for animals, as Adam Sullivan explains, this year is off to a much needed strong start.
Coming off a relatively poor year for feed across the region because of wet weather, things this year are looking bright. Fourth-generation farmer William Pease spent Monday morning lifting and separating the recently cut drying grass. It's one of his family farm's most important crops, which feeds the dairy herd in the barn.
And then I'll rake it up, and then we'll take our square baler through it and bale it up, put it in the barn for dry hay.
The Pease family farm in Tunbridge has already baled about 700 tons of haylage this spring. On a good year, their own fields will supply enough food for their cows through the entire winter.
We're supposed to have 3 days of really nice weather, and cropping's going good this year. Like, we're pretty much done our first cut, and that's way ahead of last year.
Last year, wet weather prevented the tractors from getting into the fields. Cows were also confined to their stalls more for the same reason, which meant less grazing.
We had record precipitation between June and October. So compared to last year, folks are feeling hopeful. I think everyone's a little nervous to predict trends too far out.
Earlier this year, the Pease farm ran out of feed. They had to buy about 50 tons, which came with an added cost of more than $2,000. The Agency of Agriculture, Food and Markets has set up a website for farmers to connect with Feed for Sale.
They are still managing a lot of the impacts that came from last season, whether it was feed shortages or impacts to feed that they were able to put up.
Now that it's getting later, it's starting to get drier.
This year, Pease says the quality of the feed is also looking good.
The tonnage has been up, what we've been doing, and we've been like a week, 2 weeks earlier, so that's been a good thing.
Of course, the weather in New England can change quickly, but if things remain relatively dry, farmers here hope to get at least 4 cuts in this year. Reporting from Tunbridge, Adam Sullivan, Channel 3 News.